And welcome to another Warcraft the Audio Commentary. This is Game 3 for WEL Round of 4 between Lynn, spawning in as the pink orc in the upper right part of the map. The map, of course. Is this Amazonia? I think it is. This looks like Amazonia. Yeah, this is okay, this is Amazonia. I couldn't tell in the fog. Playing versus Cechi, spawning in as the teal undead in the lower left. These games are being streamed live at twitch.tv/Pureby. They're replays. They're not like games, but that's in case anyone misunderstood that. But yeah, and they'll be putting up on the YouTube channel tomorrow-ish. Anyway, so this is game 3, and we can go ahead and see. Looks like probably gonna be Fiends, Death Knight coming in from Cechi, most likely. And for Lynn, most likely gonna see the Blade Master 2 Grunt Tech. Looks like that. We'll see. Yeah, drinking water. It's so good. So good. So good. Anyway, yeah. So down here we can see, gonna have a shop going up for Mr. Cechi. He's got interesting ghoul micro going on. He wants to split the ghouls, you know. I'm not sure how long this ghoul is going to stay on this side because there's a lumber mill, or not a lumber mill, a graveyard right here that he can return lumber to. Get a little bit more wood in the early game. He might just leave him like that though. It's possible, right? You could leave him in like that so that this guy like chops away at this side and this guy chops away at this side, so you get like more steady income for a longer period. Rather than, again, getting a lot, like, right here at the start. And then as the game progresses, it kind of, like, tapers off. So, if you have both ghouls or all your ghouls in the same spot, that's what ends up happening. Of course, you can move them around later in the game, but sometimes you forget to do that. So this is, like, a safe way to do it, I guess you could say. But, looks like he's going to move him on down, because, really, this is probably better. It's probably for the best. Over here, we're going to see Lynn. He is creeping out. The Mr. Goblin Laboratory did pick up the Gloves of Haste. Not a bad item. Pretty good for the Blade Master. Getting a Tome of Intelligence, not the ideal. Generally, Strength or Agility is a better tome, but Intelligence is mana, and you use a lot of Windwalks, so it's not bad, especially in the early game. It's like your first tome. That's probably like, the earlier the game is, the better, like, the better the Tomes of Intelligence are, just because you're going to use that mana more generally early on. Generally speaking, that's not always the case, but generally you're going to prefer that in the early game to the late game. Over here, we're going to see that Mr. Cechi is creeping out. He's also going to get a Tome of Intelligence +2, and he's going to really like that, because he cares. The Death Knight is a strength hero, but for all intents and purposes, he is a spellcaster. A wizard. All he really cares about really is mana. That's it. That's what he really wants. And yeah, he's gonna keep on creeping. That's what he's gonna do. Over here, we're gonna see the Mr. Blade Master chilling out. Just keeps on creeping. Both players creeping a lot. Not seeing. This is another way to play, right? For the orc player, he can play this fast level 3 tech, or tech. Fast level 3 is what it is. On the Blade Master. Sometimes you'll see they'll get like right up here and creep out with their grunts and harass with the Blade Master or something. The same thing. There's a lot of little variations. You can go straight for the level 3, or you can do however you want to do. There's lots of ways to do it. But the goal is just fast level 3. And we're going to see both players actually got Wand of Illusion. Seeing Cechi scout with the illusioned Death Knight over here on these peons. Just saying, yeah, everything's what I probably thought it was. Because he didn't see the orc early on, so he just definitely wanted to check, you know, is he doing what I think he's doing? He's probably, like, if you don't see the orc at all harassing you while you're creeping, generally speaking, they're going for fast level 3. And they're probably going to get there before you do. So, just, you know, you can see he's level 3 on the Blade Master, the Death Knight's level 2. Cechi could have crept a little bit faster. He could be, like, here, mid-creep, etc. When Lynn was like, you know, just now hitting level 3, for example. But forces are under attack. This is still not bad. What Cechi's done, he's just played a little bit on the safe side. Doesn't work out too great for you, but he can deal with it. Generally what happens when you see level 3 going on to the Blade Master at this point, it's that if they do go for that fast level 3, they're just gonna like stay on you for the rest of the game. They're just never gonna leave, because they're level 3, and they will eventually leave, like, the second that you can actually fend them off. But other than that, they're generally just gonna be really big pains to deal with. And we're gonna see him trying to take down a Fiend right off the bat, getting a pretty decent kind of surround on it. This is not a good early game for Cechi at all. Oh, yeah, that's really bad too. Losing that Fiend, you can't really afford to. We're definitely not going to see a fast tier 3 in this case. Maybe he would delay the slaughterhouse for it. Possible actually, because it's not gonna. It's gonna be. He doesn't really have any space for it in the back of his base, so he's have to place it like here, maybe up here. But it's vulnerable, and if the Orc's army's at your doorstep, it could get canceled. Looks like he's just gonna risk it anyway. But it is a little risky actually to do that. Do we see anything else? Nope, just Lin being Lin. You know, just using that Orc power to do a lot of damage. And we're gonna see this Fiend over here. This Fiend is gonna take a little bit more. Nope, he's gonna actually live. Very nicely played by Cechi right there. Just good micro going on. And Lin, he's just gonna keep on going for this Renegade Wizard. And will he get the experience? Yes, he will. As well as the item, I believe. Yes, indeed. And now he's going to try to get out of here. So he's done a lot. He needs to heal up a little bit. He does have a healing salve, but he doesn't want to use it in range of the Fiends or anything like that. And there it is. Of course, the Shadowhunter is out. He does have a nice scroll of speed as well as a couple charges of healing salve. He used one on a grunt. You can see that. Right, well, it was this one, wasn't it? Did it go up here? Maybe? I don't know. That was a peon. I haven't got a clue. But, yeah, that happened. Down here we can see, ooh, Chase still not teching to tier 3. That's not good for Cechi. This is kind of, it's the 7-10 in the game, and he still hasn't get his tech. It looks like maybe he's building a temple, wow. A temple of the damned, and that's what he's doing. I don't, the only thing he could do, I guess, is Banshees right now, which are a cheap unit. You know, they're like 150 gold, roughly, like 30 woodish. So they're a really cheap unit. They're really good, especially if you can get them to tier 3. But they're not bad early on either for Curse. So kind of the thing we saw Ted, in a way, pioneer the Banshee path, right? You know, earlier at the start of this year, maybe a little bit last year, mid to late last year, Ted just really innovating with Banshees in this matchup quite a bit. Well, I guess it's maybe even been a little bit longer than that. It's been so... Time goes by so fast. But, Ted definitely innovating with the Banshees. And we've seen more, like, varied use of Banshees as well in this matchup, really, since then. There's definitely Orc answers to Banshees. Like, no matter what Banshee strategy you play, there's a way for the Orc player to answer it. Oh, this is actually going to be maybe a tower push? Maybe if we see one of those be an Acolyte, I don't know. That would be interesting. A Banshee Acolyte tower push would be cool. Anyway, we're going to see Lin using those peons. Mainly they're there for Spirit Link, but they're not in Spirit Link just yet. There they are. But, you know, they do a little bit of damage. It's not a lot, but, you know, they do. And we're just going to see a lot of micro going on right now. Of course, lots of Wand of Illusions being used by Lin to confuse Cechi just a little bit. Of course, he can tell which one's the real one as long as he's paying attention. The Shadowhunter does actually go down in the range of the Voodoo Lounge, and actually here comes an Acolyte with Cechi, and he's going to start into a tower push, and he's also going to be bringing in Banshees. Now, once the Vood counts go low, dealing with Banshees as an Orc player becomes a very hard affair, because now your very small unit, I mean, Banshee has a curse, which basically is like, it just takes away like half of your army in a sense. It makes you miss just about half of the time. That Witch is going to barely stay alive right there. Going to get a Frost Armor onto him, and he does have to worry about it getting purged off because there is an Orb of Lightning, but it's not a huge deal. And we're going to see one of those Ziggurats getting canceled. Now, this looks actually a little bit worse for Cechi right now, because it looks like that Ziggurat's going to go down, and he hasn't been able to get any Banshees out, which is unfortunate. He's actually going to say, well, looks like I guess I just kind of lost in the resource war. And he was out-teched, really, tier 3 to tier 2. But it was a really nice effort by Cechi. So that is a 2-1 victory for Lin. Congratulations. And that's pretty much the game. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the whole series. It was fun to cast, even though apparently it's been cast on YouTube already. My bad. My bad. I didn't see it. I looked, and I didn't see it. I guess I'm blind. I don't know. But that's all the games. So if... do I have anything else to say? Actually, I don't have anything else to say. Alright, well that's all. Thanks very, very much for watching. I'm going to be in stream chat for just a minute if anyone wants to talk to me or ask me questions or anything. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.